Hello everyone, my name is Landry with the YouTube channel Leedership. This video will be discussing the stages of team development.
What are the stages of team development? Well, the stages of team development are going to be the stages that a team is going through as they develop as a group. The stages are forming, storming, norming, and performing. Let's start off with forming. Forming is when a group just gets together, and they're going to have high enthusiasm and low skill because they just got together. So they want to be there, but they don't know exactly what they're doing yet. In forming, the team doesn't exactly know what their goal is, and nobody is actually pointing towards their goal. They have to figure out what their goal is and how to get there. The second stage of team development is storming. This can generally be thought of as when there's conflict inside of the group. This is when the group is going to have low enthusiasm and low skill. So they're all kind of angry, they don't really want to be there, and they still don't exactly know what they're doing. We can also think of this as them butting heads against each other instead of focusing towards their goal. A lot of times they still haven't exactly defined their goal, or if they have, they aren't working towards it. They're just fighting against each other. The third stage is norming. This is when the group starts to figure out what they're doing and how they're going to run as a group. We can think of this as rising enthusiasm and rising skill. They're starting to figure out what they're doing and how they're doing it, and they're starting to get excited about that. We can also think of this as them starting to separately work towards their goal. They define their goal and they're starting to work towards it, but they're not completely the most effective group they could be. Finally, they're going to reach the performing stage. This is when they're at the peak of what they're trying to do. We can think of this as high enthusiasm and high skill. They're really good at what they're doing and they're excited that they're doing it. This is going to be when they have defined their goal and they're working as one unit to reach it. Generally, teams are going to go through all four stages. Sometimes, though, they can digress and go back from a higher stage to a lower stage. For example, if a team encountered a problem and they went from performing back down to storming. On the other hand, a team could actually skip a stage. Let's say a team went from forming all the way up to norming, and they ended up just skipping the storming phase. This can also happen frequently. But generally, teams are going to end up going from your forming all the way up to performing through the stages of team development. In review, the stages of team development are forming with high enthusiasm and low skill, storming with low enthusiasm and low skill, norming with rising enthusiasm and rising skill, and performing with high enthusiasm and high skill.
Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to see more of our content. See you in the next one.